First match has been completed here, quarterfinals day at the HSBC BWF Denmark Open 2024. A good win for Feng Yangte and Huang Dongping. And now their compatriots, also top seeds in men's doubles, Liang and Wang Chang. They are playing the Thai pairing of Kedren and Puavaranukroh. Looking at how things stand in the brackets, the winner will either play Qian So of Malaysia or Chen and Liu of China. Well, looks to be a tasty one.
And the opponents from Thailand, Kedren and Puavaranukroh. Umpire Badminton Kedren, England. Service judge, Badminton Austria.
First meeting between these pairs, and that's because Kedren and Puavaranukroh are back together after something like a 4-year absence.
Red or black? Black, you're having red. It's red. On my left, serve, receive, want to receive.
Yeah, they last played together in 2020. Well, a couple matches in the Sudirman Cup last year, one match at the Thomas Cup in 21, but they were a pair up till April of 2019. We'll come to them in a minute, but Liang is at 23. He's from Guangdong, the southern province of China, 176 centimeters tall, currently the world #1 pairing. They were silver medalists at the recent Olympics and finished third at the World Champs last year. They are the current Asian champions. And as a pairing, they have won 7 titles together, including 2 this year, sorry. Malaysia Open and Indonesia Open. Wang Chang is 23, from further up north in Zhejiang, where Hangzhou, the Asian Games, took place. Indonesia Open, their most recent triumph. Actually had a few issues there with Lin and Su, the Chinese Taipei pair, but were good against Karnanda and Maulana yesterday. Kedren is 28, from the south of the country in Songkhla. Don't pay too much attention to that ranking, 202. As I said, they've just got back together again, played in the last tournament. 16th in the world is his highest ranking. That was with Supak Jomko just a short while ago. Men's doubles, he's never won a tournament on the World Tour. Puavaranukroh is 27, from Chonburi, 169 centimeters tall. He's, of course, better known as a mixed doubles player, as a former world champion in 2021. But in terms of men's doubles, won a SEA Games, Southeast Asian Games gold medal in 2017.
Ready to play.
Boys doubles world junior champion as well, with that man there, Kedren, back in 2014. Rasmus Kea and Fredrik Søgaard, they took over an hour to beat in the second round. Dominic Codera of England is the umpire. Daniel Wolf of Austria, the service judge. "16 titles won at mixed doubles for Puavaranukroh." Different kettle of fish now playing the men's doubles.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm excited by it.
Yeah.
I really hope that Thailand keep this pair together because, you know, it's only their second tournament for obviously a long duration, and they're exciting to watch. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
men's doubles are so
on
open
my
at the
right,
moment. I hope they keep them
Kitty
together.
Kedren and Dechable Puavaranukroh, Thailand. And on my left, Liang Kang and Wang Chang, China. Kitty Kumpong Kedren to serve to Wang Chang. Love all. Play.
Service over, 16-12.
Four. Service over. 1.
I think what you mentioning to me the other day that it's kind of chaotic. It's very busy, a lot going on with the ties, but it's been effective.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say at times it's a little bit slightly unstructured, only a little bit. Oh, we've got a challenge here. That was a very late challenge, I think.
Wang Chang challenges called out.
But yeah, I think sometimes with the pair from Thailand, it's the wrong shot selection they choose, but they're so good at covering each other or, you know, surviving a difficult situation, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But no, they're exciting because it's another new men's doubles pair, and I don't know what Thailand are thinking if they want to keep these two together, just because obviously Dechapol's been one of the very best in the mixed doubles, or if they're going to give Kedren a chance with his old partner, Dechapol, to try and reignite that combination.
Still waiting here. Well out in the end.
Challenge unsuccessful.
I think we had 2 reviews
One
going on at pretty much the same
challenge
time
remaining.
on both courts, so there was
Service
just a
over.
slight delay.
1-all. Play.
Good attack.
Service over.
I mean, definitely Wang Chan's attack from the
1.
rear has got so much better. The angle he's putting on it.
Service over.
Now, when we look at this, we've got the #1 pair who've obviously didn't have the Olympics that they wanted, but on their day, they're just absolutely incredible. And they in theory, should be coming to this outstanding favourites, but you just feel there's something in this, right?
100%. You know, we're talking about a pair that, yes, the ranking is totally irrelevant of the pair from Thailand, and I almost wouldn't even talk about it because it's not true.
Because it's just so new.
Last week they made a semi-final, and
3,
Correct.
2.
in the space of 2 weeks they've beaten the world #8, Go Izidin. They've beat the world #13, Lane Vendi. Sogarden Pierre, this tournament, world #16. And the Hockey Kobayashi last week, world #9. And that's in, you know, the space of 2 weeks.
Amazing.
Yeah. And this is why I'm excited by them, and I really hope they continue to play together so that, you know, they're only going to get better, in theory, because they're going to get more accustomed. And Dechapol, he hasn't played men's doubles for so long. I only see him getting better and better at men's. And again, it's such an open event, whereas mixed doubles for me isn't, but they have this possibility to be top 10 in the world.
5-3.
Yeah, talking about Nurago, we commentate on a game, and that is the informed pair in men's doubles at the moment, right, in the world.
It is, and they got totally disposed, to be honest, in the first round by this pair from Thailand that we've got in front of us. This is something Kedren's done so well throughout this tournament. He's so confident coming forward. And when he does come forward, his quality of his control and his touch has been really good so far, Kedren. His serve is also exceptional. Brilliant. It's amazing. There weren't a lot of players, I think, that were found it more comfortable with the new service rule, just because for a lot of players, you know, you had to, when it first came out, reduce your positioning, maybe bend your knee. But for Kedren, actually, I think he was able to raise his serve slightly. And since then, his serve really is exceptional. Say that now, he's probably going to serve in the net.
Yeah, just
Service over. 6-all.
It's a big test for them today, the pair from Thailand. Last week against the Danish pair, they did come unstuck of Rasmussen and Astrup just because they're so experienced. But today against the one-on-ones, it's going to be interesting to see how they fare throughout the whole match.
7-6.
So far, so good for the pair from Thailand.
Yep, it's looked impressive. In front.
I have to say, it is amazing. When you see a player play with a different partner, how different they can be. And for me, Kedren he's not the same Kedren as with his previous partner. Now, it's no discredit at all to his previous partner, but...
You're already seeing this, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he's a totally different player, you know. Throughout my career, I played Kedren a number of times, and the way he's playing with Dechapo is like...
7-8.
You know, is how the player that, from winning the World Juniors, you would expect him to become. That's just a good rally though all round. Great defence from the pair from Thailand. See what he's trying to do there. Trying to poke it through Kedren because he's below tape, so the risk is when he plays a dead net, Wang Chan can storm on top of the tape to brush the shuttle off. Wow. That's just exceptional.
Over.
Wang Chan, yeah.
9-8.
Kedren played a good shot. See it here on the replay. This is a good net. And that's just unbelievably good.
Bounces off it. Nothing he can do.
Great serve. Oh, but it's just out.
Service over. 9-all.
They are facing from Korea, Puavaranukroh and Liang.
Dechapo is so good at covering,
9.
obviously from the mid-court to the rear. That was his role in the mixed doubles. But he's so good that even when he puts himself in trouble, he's so calm and composed. He never looks phased or stressed.
Ooh.
Bit of fortune there with the neck board has totally changed the route of the shuttle.
10.
Perhaps, Chris, what you could explain for our viewers maybe new to the sport, the difference for someone like a Puavaranukroh, who's been an exceptional mixed doubles player now. What does he have to adapt to? What does he have to change to now being a men's doubles player?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Like even when he's serving, obviously he's stood in a totally different position. The pace of the game is quicker. Mixed doubles, the big thing is about gap finding. There's bigger gaps, so the key is putting the shuttle into the gap. Men's, there's a lot more pace in the mid-court, a lot more pace in the game, full stop. But he's adjusted so well. It's astonishing, to be honest. Yes, he is a phenomenal player, there's no doubt about it, but he's competing with the best pair in the world.
They're leading.
If you watched, you know, and you were just like, oh, I've just watched this match, you'd say it's a 50-50 game. And we're talking about the current world #1s against almost a scratch partnership.
We'll pick this up in a bit. It's 11-10 to the ties at the moment.
those who would like to do a meet and greet with Chu Chen Chen
Court
from Chinese
1,
Taipei,
20
it is
seconds.
possible in the
Court
Badminton
1,
Denmark
20 seconds.
up in the family castle right now.
Eleven, 10. Play.
Makes it over.
Incredible
Service
defensive
over.
shot. I'd say
11
maybe a little bit of
all.
fortune there. That's a really good attack, good steep. Incredible shot, though, from Wang Chan to find the gap. Wow. It's another area for,
12,
obviously, Detchapol that's
11.
different when he's returning serve. Returning serve in men's doubles and mixed doubles so different. What you're covering after and where you're returning to.
13, 11.
3 magical points from Wang Chan after the break.
Yeah, been a very good.
Wow, 4 magical points. Whatever he was told at the mid-game point.
14,
That's
11.
as simple as up your level. You're world number 1, no, but you know, whatever it was has worked because he's just come alive.
Ball. Service over. 12, 14.
Yeah, so just finishing off what you were saying, and it's a lot for him. It's a lot for someone to be able to do, to work on both. But now he's come into the men's doubles, having not played for a long time.
Yeah, but and this is the thing, it's a very, very different event. People that think men's doubles and mixed doubles is the same or similar-ish, but they are very, very different, you know.
15,
and
12.
the amount of time he's going to spend at the front in men's doubles will be a lot more than mixed doubles. They'll rotate, which don't do as much in mixed doubles. There's so many different factors. Even when he's blocking in men's, he's going to chase forward. But how quickly he's adapted is astonishing. This is the other thing, the way they defend together. You know, the pair from Thailand, I know they were World Juniors back in 2014,
13,
but
15.
they're almost made for each other, you know. And this is the thing, like the way they're moving a shuttle around. Kedren has his job, which is a more block control, trying to get forward. You've got Detchapol that's putting pace in, but they cover each other so well, and they look composed and calm together defending. This is why, you know, I am as a fan of men's doubles. It's exciting, you know. I want more and more pairs in the men's doubles category coming through to make it, you know, a stronger and stronger event, because then it makes it even more exciting. And a pair like this from Thailand is brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Yang, post 1, and Hu, Liang, Chinese Taipei.
Well, it has been a very productive post-interval session
13.
for the Chinese pair. 6 of the last 8 points have gone their way.
17, 13.
No, it is just starting to widen that gap.
Just a few mistakes coming now from the pair from Thailand.
13.
And I would say there's only been a slight increase from the Chinese in their level. Wouldn't say a lot's changed except for that, but just a few more simpler mistakes. And that was going out as well. Just missed it, but that's why actually from Liang there, he actually hit a building shot. So his first overhead was just a downward building shot, which then set him up to the other one. And that's what I like to see from him, which sometimes I think we don't see enough of. He's a very powerful player. He's got a massive smash, but I think sometimes it's almost everything is just with power. opponents then can defend very deep and they're ready for the big power. Obviously, in that situation, he can use the massive power. It's a short lift, and that was a phenomenal smash.
19-14.
See how short this is. He's half court pretty much, and that's when obviously using the big power, Dechapol's got no chance of getting that back. And again, and this is the thing, you can't lift flat and short to Liang. On the flip side, though, when you're doing the big court and doing these high, deep lifts, he's also very good. And he's finding the solution when you're below tape. It's a little bit like we saw in the mixed doubles.
6 game points. As we've seen time and again on this end, they hold up more often than not.
Game.
So, after a very decent start from the
First
Thai
game
pair,
won by Liang Wei Keng,
it was an
Wang
excellent
Chang,
response
21,
after the interval from the
15.
Chinese pairing. And they won that quite comfortably, 11-4 after the break, to take it 21-15.
แต่ช่วงหลังตั้งแต่เปลี่ยนมาปุ๊บเขาหาจังหวะบุกเลยเองโยนขึ้นหมดเลยเขาได้บุกอย่างเดียวเลยถูกปะเพราะฉะนั้นดูด้วยเวลาโยนเนี่ยโยนได้เว้ยแต่โยนอะไรอ่ะพอเปิดไปปุ๊บต้องเปลี่ยนทำอะไรต่อไม่ใช่โยนพั่มเพื่อเข้าใจป่ะแล้วสุดท้ายต้องเอาเกมกลับมาบุกเพราะเกมรับผมได้ดีเพราะฉะนั้นดูต้องสู้อะไรสู้ข้างหน้าแต่ม้าเราอยู่บนเปล่าเราอยู่ล่างอยู่ตลอดเพราะฉะนั้นดันลูกออกไปให้มันเลยคนหน้าแล้วต้องเข้าหาหน่อยลูกพวกนี้อย่าไปเอื้อมตีปุ๊บมันคอนโทรลลูกไม่ได้เข้าใจป่ะเพราะฉะนั้นเตรียมตัวให้ดีแล้วดูด้วยลูกต้องออกมาอยู่หน้าเน็ตควย1ควย2ควย3แล้วเตรียมตัว
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So what was going so well for the Chinese then, from that interval onwards?
I've got to say, Wang Chan stepped up like he was everywhere at the net. I also think they just got that lead and it gave them that buffer, that relaxation, because Liang played more intelligently for me, played more relaxed, more calm, and then the Thais, obviously they didn't intentionally, but they just played a few wrong shots and also a few more easier mistakes. Good, strong, positive start though. Second game for the pair from Thailand. Snatched very slightly on that last one. Something about the Chinese, their attack's so good. The way that they attack is so different from one another. When Liang attacks, a lot of it is big, big, big power, less angles, probably less placement, whereas Wang Chan's almost the opposite. Slightly less power, but more focused on the angle and the placement, and it makes it so hard to defend against them.
Out. Service over. 2-1.
Great return of serve.
Service over. 2.
Again, it's an area for Dechapol that is different, you know, the position where he stood and he's serving, and then what to cover after it.
Service over. 3-2. Four, two.
Similar kind of start to what they had in the first game. They just looked very confident, aggressive, taking it to their high-ranked opponents. It's kind of a brash, no-fear approach, isn't it, from them?
Yeah, and it's one of these that it was 50-50 up to 11, you know, it was 11-10. But then after that, it was Wang Chan really stepped up, and there was probably 4 or 5 rallies where he was exceptional, and it gave them the lead, and then it felt like the Chinese relaxed a bit, and the errors came. And this is the tough thing for the pair from Thailand. It's maintaining their high level, which they showed in up to 11, very high level, but they struggled to maintain that through the whole of the first game.
Yeah, looking at the recent record of Long Wei Kang and Wang Chang, they got to the semis of the Arctic where we say they lost to Guochefei and Nur Izzuddin. That was quite the result. Second round of the China Open, Fikri and Martin, the new pair, beat them, and of course came up short in the Olympics.
Good control from that situation from Wang Chan. He was in all sorts of trouble, but really calm, just moved the shuttle around, moved into the gap. Yeah, I think the Chinese have almost got better round after round in this tournament so far.
8-4.
Great serve. And I do think China Open, I'm not sure they were quite, well, they definitely weren't at their best, but they were quite ready to play after the Olympics.
So it's not been I guess, a happy time necessarily. This is where they could put things right. And they are surging now, 5 clear.
Yeah, and the big thing is now that the level from the pair from Thailand, it is dipping a little bit, which maybe is to be expected. The Chinese have been very good. They've given their opponents nothing. But it's just at the moment now, it is just too easy. They're not having to do enough, the Chinese, to win the point. And this is the big thing now.
And what do you think that is?
It's culminating from a number of things. I mean, the amount of attack that the pair from Thailand have had is minimal. First 4 shots of the rally, the Chinese have been better. It's just too easy. You can see even when they're defending, it's a great placement in the attack. But if you look at Liang when he's defending, he looks calm, he looks composed, he looks relaxed, and there's not enough stress being put on the Chinese.
10.
Other thing is, obviously, you're giving them a 5-point lead. Giving them is the wrong way to describe it, but they've got a 5-point lead, so they're more relaxed, they're more comfortable. They won the first game. They're kind of in their controlling mode now.
Oh, that's good.
And although the Chinese lost the point there, they did everything right. Wang Chan pushed one, keep his opponent back there, and then stops it off where the gap is, because Kedren's obviously had to move back because pace has been injected.
Oof. That was wayward. And it's a decent 5-point lead here for Liang and Wang, having already won the first game. They're in a good position here. Perhaps look, they're wrapping this up in 2.
เพราะฉะนั้นต้องดูด้วยว่าเวลาจะให้เขาโยนคุณต้องทำอะไรไม่ใช่เขาปุกปักมานึกออกไหมเองต้องวางยาหน่อยปึ๊บมันเคลื่อนขึ้นมาตั้งขึ้นเคลื่อนขึ้นมาตั้งขึ้นเคลื่อนขึ้นมาตั้งขึ้นไม่ใช่รับแล้วพอสุดท้ายปุ๊บเขาวางปุ๊บเราเป็นคนโยนแล้วเรารับไหวเปล่าเราก็ต้องทำแบบเขาอะตอนนี้เข้าใจเปล่าเพราะฉะนั้นเซตตัวเองให้มันดีเวลาเขาโยนมามีจังหวะบุกต้องบุกไม่ใช่เอามาเคาะลงฝั่งนี้ตามลมนะเว้ย
1, 20 seconds. Pot 1, 20 seconds. (11-6) Play.
Chinese pair never got beyond the first round.
Wang Chan there
12,
doing everything a netman
6.
should. Racket ready, making moves, trying to predict where it's going, but put his opponent under stress.
Service over 7-12.
Tie pair as well. Never got past the early rounds of this tournament, so both of them have done well here. But it's looking very difficult now for Kedren and Puavaranukroh. That one,
8,
I think you might feel he should be doing
12.
better.
Yeah, in that position, Wang Chan knows he should make that, but again, they got this buffer, so it doesn't matter too much.
9-12.
Just chipped away a few points there.
And all of a sudden,
10-12.
Wow. This is... I said it'll come back here. They looked like in real trouble. Four in a row for the ties.
Service over 13-10.
Om cirka 10 minutter er det muligt at komme ud og spille med
Brilliant return.
Hans Christian Wittigård.
Service over
he just takes this so early,
30.
brushes it down so well. There.
In about 10 minutes, it's possible to have a small play with Hans Christian Wittigård, the former national player.
And now it just feels the momentum's changing.
Incredible, right? It was 12-6 just a short while ago.
Yeah.
They won
And
6 of the last 7.
yep, and it is 3, maybe actually 4 simpler mistakes from the Chinese. Did their concentration waver just a little bit? Did it feel almost slightly too comfortable? Just missed it.
They were tight. That was very close.
Service over 14-12.
You can see here, this is where the gap is. And how a game can almost turn on its head just in regards to up to 11. I think the Chinese made maybe 1 simpler mistake. And then after 11 at the interval, 4, 5, 6 simpler mistakes.
Service over 15-30.
Eventually they get there.
Service over
And it's one thing that you might think, which is
14.
obviously they haven't played together for so long, that their cohesion, their understanding, their rotation, their movement around each other might be just a little bit hesitation, might be a little bit slower, but it's not at all. You know, I know they used to play together and they played together for a very long time, but when you haven't played together for so long, you think it would take a bit longer to get that synergy, that understanding, but
It never really panned out for them, though, did it? When they
not in the way that I think you would anticipate.
after winning a World Juniors,
Yeah, because obviously Wang Chan, I played 3 of the 4 players on court, and I played Wang Chan after he won his World Juniors, and he was at that level almost instantly. And I actually played Lechpo and Kedren after they won the World Juniors, and I wouldn't say they were at that same level quite. And sometimes it can just take a bit longer for a player in their career to find the level they need. Because if you look at Kedren, he's now 28 years old, and I say only now in the last probably 12 months he's playing the best badminton he's played. Whereas you look the other side and you've got 2 23-year-olds that are world number 1. So it's players evolve at different kind of ages and times in their career.
we are all square here, by the way.
Yeah, clever shot. And Dechapol did so well on the shot before to cover his partner, and that was using some of his phenomenal mix skills. This one here that he covers, he does so well. Wang Chan sees the big gap, really clever, and it's so hard because Dechapol's got to cover the whole court. So on this one now, Kedren's obviously out the game, and he's got to cover the whole court, Dechapol, and it's too difficult. It's too much court to cover.
That's good. Just when they drag themselves back into parity.
It's a slight advantage you have to be able to flick that side, because when you're flicking into the wind and it just holds up. You see it lands on the line. Sharp on that net.
It's over. Liang.
Definitely no concerns how good he is at the net, just because obviously in mixed doubles the amount of time he would have spent in the net wouldn't be anywhere near as much, but incredible. Wasn't even that loose.
Just looking back at their time together, Kedren and Puavaranukroh, they really didn't get too deep into many events.
If you look back to, I think it was Thailand Open 2015.
Yeah.
They had a bit of trouble against the English pair.
16-17.
I'm just seeing the odd semi-final, mostly quarterfinals is about as far as I got.
String's gone from Liang. Wang Chan's got to cover the whole court.
That was tough.
All.
21-19 in the third game, Chris. You guys, it was a tight one, wasn't it?
You've done well to find that in the history books.
Second round of the Thailand Open. Oh, that was 2013, sorry. Was that?
2013.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
They were 187th in the world. You guys were 25.
Play.
Challenging Jill for her knowledge there. Incredible there by Kedren. Absolutely exceptional.
And they have taken the lead.
And at times, their last-ditch defence is so good. He's under so much pressure there. And he manages to put it in a gap. Obviously, there's that slight miscommunication between the Chinese. Liang thinks Wang Chang's going for it. Can't reach it.
10-4 and 12-6 they were leading, the Chinese. Twelve of the last 16 points have gone their way. Oh, stays there.
It's over. 18 all.
I'm pretty confident there. He leaves it. And then last second, he can see he's that, hold on, the drift.
It's been a very, very good comeback from them. It's always so frustrating when you do that and then can't quite get over the line. This is very tight.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
That little nick on the net making the difference.
Dechapol there.
Service over. 19-18.
See here, and then it's a bit loose, that. Steps in, but he takes it so early. Obviously, his shot is exceptional as well. A big kind of puff of air that he breathes out, Dechapol, at the end of that rally.
They're back in front.
Thank you.
Thing at 11-6 and 11-6 after about 6 minutes as well at the beginning of the second game, to now think that the pair from Thailand would be 19-18 up. Not sure many people would have thought that was possible.
In fact, if we went up to 12-6, and these guys have really done so well.
That is absolutely brilliant. The control from Kedren, he was almost on the floor when he plays that block.
18.
But his shot was exceptional. Here, you can see Wang Chan retreating, and then there, Dechapol, lovely reverse where the gap is. Wow.
They've got 2 game points, and they have taken this, having been in a difficult position at 6-12 down. They won 15 of the next 21 points.
Yeah, absolutely exceptional. And this is against the world number 1s.
They looked dead and buried, didn't they?
Yeah, they look down and out.
Very impressive.
前面得分很容易，后面想着，哎，我就正常这么打，我就能够很容易得分。哎，对手在这时候状态，他球都连接过来的时候，我们还是要靠我们自己的组合得分。你看我们现在拿到攻啊、封啊，这个位置都有啊。那他这个抽的能力强啊，手上能力强，你还是要结合打篮，包括后面就有点软了是吗？没抽住就想先断了。 先断，他上来的时候他就硬捅了。
目前也比较软，就抽那个其实逆风区，我们逆风区跟他抽好优势。
硬捅
先软了，他们先上来后我们上不去。
对啊，
他们本来就是他们两个本来抽的快。
你包括你看前面防守防得很扎实的，棒，有机会再站起来，对吧？这一上来就想快点挡上，想拿进攻，就稍微自己稍微心态上稍微调整啊，还是正常的。 你这边就要特别注意，就是防上在拉开的时候，拉到你这边，再靠谱。
22,
明白吗？
21.
แม่งโยนเขี่ยก็เขี่ยสู้แม่งก็เดี๋ยวมันเลยมากูซ้อนกูว่ากูก็ลง
Hold 1, 20 seconds.
ไม่ได้มันกระแทก
Hold 1, 20 seconds.
กระแทกมันไม่ค่อยกระแทกแล้วเลย
So back on court. Final game. Level. Play.
So we're going to a 3rd game, which looked very unlikely a short while ago. And that is a credit to Kedren and Puavaranukroh. Showed fantastic resolve. But it might just have lit a fire under Liang and Wang. We certainly don't want to exit another tournament early. Reminder that they got out the semis of the Arctic Open, and before that, the 2nd round of the China Open. Challenge here by the Thais. There are two challenges at the same time. Just so happens to be the case. So it's just going to take a little while. In.
One challenge remaining. 3, love, play. 4, love. Love.
this is as I said, a little fire lit under them now. All of a sudden.
It did feel a little bit that when they had that fairly substantial lead at 12-6 in the second, they got just a tiny bit complacent.
Christian har taget et par ligaspillere med også, så der er lidt at spille med, når det er på ham.
Service over. 1-6.
It is right now possible to play a couple of rallies with Hans Christian Wittighus, the former national player of badminton.
Wow. Brilliant serve.
2-6.
Held that, and you could see the body weight of Wang Chang coming forward and then just punched it at the last second. Really deceptive.
Whoa!
Really sharp from Wang Chang there.
Service over. 7-2. Unsighted.
Now I'm going to take a risk here.
What do you think?
I'm going for out. This would be 2 out of 2, which would be my personal best.
I think you're right. I think it is your personal best. No, I think, yeah, it is out as well. And you would be correct.
Out.
Took no risk on that one because that was quite an obvious one.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Service over.
Don't play it now, Chris.
3-7. Play.
Brilliant. Good attack from Liang, sets his partner up. It's so hard for Dechpo in that situation to get the shuttle away. You can see how late Kedren is there, and then this big attack there, and it's so hard for Dechpo to get away. It goes up through the net player, Wang Chan. Probably need to mention, which I haven't, about Liang's serve.
4-8.
One of the few players who has a legal tumble serve. The amount he can get the shuttle to twist and turn and spin is quite a lot, considering he's still following the correct rules.
Five, 8.
It's amazing. A lot of pairs, when they play the best in the world or one of the best pairs in the world, they can find life very difficult when they have a fairly substantial deficit, which the pair from Thailand had at the beginning of this third game, but not phased whatsoever.
No. Agreed.
Now, yes, that is because we do have one of the best players in the world in the mixed doubles category for the last 8 years on the other side of the court, Dechpo. So nothing phases him because of how good he is.
7.
But they almost
8.
play better when they're behind.
Look at that. As you said, they were struggling right at the start of this, and now they've pulled themselves right back into it. Wang Chan makes no mistake.
Service over.
It was one of the few,
9,
let's
7.
say, wrong decisions or miscommunications between the pair from Thailand. Both of them going for it, and I think it's actually Dechpo that takes it, but after the rally, Kedren was quite clearly saying, I think that was my shot, and I would actually agree, the cross players is the middle.
One. Service over. 8, 9.
Dechpo does really well there, just keeps the pace in, but in a calm, composed way, and keeps the shuttle going down and keeps control of the rally.
Good rally.
What? Dechapol's so good at the net round the head.
9-all.
And it's you know, no matter what happens from now, been playing for 44 minutes, hasn't been the longest game, but this, you know, it's why I got excited before the game, and I keep saying I really hope we see more and more of this pair from Thailand, because they've challenged the best pair in the world for 44 minutes. No matter what happens now, they're up there. They're a top 10 pair. Well, they could be a top 10 pair.
Service over. 10-9.
So at the interval then, Liang Weikeng and Wang Chang just in front, 11-9. It started the game so well, but the Thais once again pecked the back.
Here, Kedren, he comes forward so well, but he just didn't have his racket ready. Well spotted by Liang here. Steps in, Liang spots his racket's not ready from Kedren. Just pokes it around his chest.
หน้าไม่โยนถูกไหมแล้วเตรียมไม้บนดีๆไอ้ตรงดาบสองที่เราต้องตบแล้วเตรียมฟาดหรือเขาลอยออกมาปุ๊บเราต้องเตรียมกระแทกเข้าไปมุมเห็นป่ะสองข้างปล่อยลูกให้จำได้ป่ะสองข้างจำได้ป่ะที่ปล่อยลูกออกมาตีปุ๊บเห็นป่ะเห็นหมด6จุดป่ะเห็นหมด6จุดไหมแต่ถ้าจะเล่นหน้าเบาคุณต้องสะกิดลูกออกไปอย่าไปเป็นป้ายนะเข้าใจป่ะไม่งั้นลูกมันลอยเตรียม
11-9. Play. Well, 9.
I think Kedren there could see Wang Chan trying to come forward. I think it was the right thing to go over him, but it's hard when you've got the drift with you to control it. Great rally.
Big smile on his face.
14-9. Yes.
This backhand drive, that was absolutely monstrous from Liang. Kedren, he just doesn't have enough time on that one. He does well to even get it. You can see the technique. He's got the wrong grip. Big thumbs up.
Thank you.
So 5-point lead here for Liang and Wang. Good position now, can they kick on? Remember, they were in a similar sort of position earlier in the last game, but couldn't make it count.
Play.
Very clever when you've had a delay of that sort. Something a bit different. Is your opponent ready? Very smart from Liang.
Service over, 10-15.
Looking difficult from here.
Yeah, but I mean, did it in
Set
second.
him before, right?
Well, yeah. But I've got to say, Liang, he's upped his level now. He's currently looking the most confident and playing the best out of all 4 players on court right now. Absolutely brilliant.
Says it all.
Yeah.
17-10. Service over, 11-17.
I do think they've got to be careful when they're serving to Wang Chan.
Service over,
Very close to jumping the serve. He knows the timing of the serve. It's a bit late now, but I do think some more flicks to him would have been. Brilliant again from Liang. When he held that shot and Kedren ran forward and he opened up the court and Liang spotted it and drills it down the line. That's the shot that totally transformed the rally. There, you can see Dechapol's in so much trouble. And I said it not long ago, but Liang, from 11, he really stepped up.
Just looking to clip that line on the far end. Not worked out there for Liang Weikeng.
12-19.
Nicely done by Wang Chung there with the stop drop. Bit deception.
Service over, 20. Match point, 12.
So we've got 8 match points now for Liang and Wang.
Yay.
And they do get there in the end. Liang and Wang will be delighted they've come through this relatively, I say relatively, unscathed. And hopefully they'll be wanting to recreate that form they've had earlier on in previous months. But exciting times to come as well for the Thai pair, you feel?
Definitely. I mean, we've seen moments here where they outplayed the best pair in the world, yet they couldn't sustain it for the whole match. And especially this man on camera now, Liang, he was very, very impressive towards the later stages of the 3rd game. But I really hope we see more and more of this pair from Thailand.
So the top seeds from China, Liang Weikeng and Wang Chung, they beat the Thai pairing of Kittanupong Kedren and Dechapol Puavaranukroh 21-15, 18-21, 21-12. It's taken about 50+ minutes to do it. So 2 matches down here, quarterfinal day at the HSBC BWF Denmark Open 2024. It's now time for women's singles. Musalavi Sindhu from India takes on Indonesia's 5th seed, Gregoria Mariska Tunjung. An Se Young, by the way,